Hey folks, Politeen here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. We are still on our way to DUNA. Very excited to go here. I'm currently driving the thing that will be the lander, and we are about, well, in 18 days, and it's a good thing we're not using any of the life support mods yet, we are going to be entering the sphere of influence of DUNA, which I believe we can just see over there in the distance. You see that? A little red dot and a little gray dot surrounding it. In fact, the gray dot seems a little bit bigger than the red dot, which is a little bit weird, but I'm just thinking it's because DUNA is not quite as reflective as Ike, I suspect. But that, right way over there in the distance, that's where we're going. We have 4 days from the sphere of influence change, 3 days. Sphere of influence means we will be entering into its orbit at that point. Well, we're actually going to be in escape velocity, but there we go. Now we're really coming quite close to it. There's the moon, or there's Mars, or DUNA, whatever you want to call it. So what we're going to do is we're going to gently go across its sphere of influence. Then the physics engine, everything will be hunky-dory. All right. You see the nav ball change a few times? Apparently we're technically above the Midlands. Let's do a quick EVA. That was a bland message. And a crew report. Stare at the planet far beneath you, trying to work out which place would be most suitable to narrowly avoid exploding on. That's an excellent, excellent way to write it. Okay, so we are technically in DUNA's sphere of influence now. Excellent. Really quite good. So, right at the periapsis, we're going to want to do a retro burn. So let's get everything ready for that. We need to make sure our engine is back up to full power. We have 2,000 delta V, which should be more than sufficient. We are going to want to be in retrograde position over here. And then we just want to fast forward to the periapsis and burn retro. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the least possible burn to technically get into an orbit. It's going to be a highly eccentric orbit. I guess ideally I would like it to be within the orbital radius of Ike over here. So that would be a good idea. So let's go ahead and warp to DUNA Explorer Delta. That's me, right? I'm DUNA Explorer Delta. Sphere of influence change? How come I can't? Right click, there we go. Yeah, I'm Delta. So that alarm is out of whack. So the refueler, so Alpha is already in orbit, so it's done. Beta and Gamma are coming up soon. Delta is me, and then the refueler. Yeah, everyone's accounted for. Okay, good. So, yeah, zoom us to be close to the periapsis, which is a day away, which is still more than enough time to wait for all this stuff. There goes the moon. Just missed it. Okay, oh man. Atmospheric pressure scan. Yes, please. Keep it. EVA over the lowlands. There's no messages. I have a mod and everything to add some extra flavor text to these messages. Ah, I mean, I missed the atmospheric one, but that's good. Oh, Midlands EVA. Didn't we already do this? Record your observations. Keep it. Board. I'm surprised we can get, like, some of these reports. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Okay. Focus. Focus. We are 1 minute away from the periapsis point. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that. It's all lumpy and misshapen. And the clouds because of the mods. This is just great. I am facing retrograde. Indeed. We are 1 minute to periapsis. Our burn... Actually, I think I want to start the burn now because I'll probably have to burn about 1,000 delta V. Alright, let's do it. And again, I'm just waiting for this to become an orbit within the lunar radius. Technically dropping my periapsis a bit, but hardly anything to speak about. And really my target is going to be 100 kilometers. So, alright, you can see the blue line is starting to move. And the total burn will be about 1,000 delta V. There's probably a better way to come in here to use less delta V, but I don't know, maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe if I came in like behind the planet a little bit more. I'm not sure. I mean, I sort of am, really, because it's hard to tell, like, from here, because it looks like I came in this way, but really I came in literally alongside the planet. Otherwise, this escape velocity would be too much to ever kill off. Man, this is just a slow engine. The thrust to weight says 2.2, but we got lots of delta V, but we're just reaching the periapsis now. No, actually, we did that pretty efficiently, because we can still burn after the periapsis. It's fine. Ideally, you put half your burn before, half of it after. There it is. It's really starting to curve now. And I don't remember exactly how much delta V we had in the tank. Just a little over 2,000, maybe? And it's going to take about 1,000, so I guess it's about half our burn. Although that, I think, is to get into a properly more circular orbit. Again, we're going to go highly eccentric. As long as it's on this side of the moon, I'm going to feel okay about it. Yeah, I think I'd set something else as my target. There it is. And good. Okay. I'm going to stop it there, because until we get the space station in sight, I don't want to change anything. Because on this side, we're basically the right height. But we won't be in the same... We won't be in sync with the space station. So we're going to want to do some EVAs over the Highlands. And board. We are going to have so much science to exchange. Oh my god. This is great. Okay. The refueler is going to arrive next. The very last thing to leave is one of the first things to get there. I did such a better job getting it here. Let's jump to this ship. Refueler's got a problem in that it doesn't have any batteries. It's very awkward. But the solar panels are halfway decent at least. Okay. So, we've got that. DUNA is over there. Focus view. How are we looking? We are pretty good. We do have to bring it down to 100K instead, though. So apparently that's a radial burn. How's my engine? Is it derated? Because this is going to be a pretty little minor adjustment. There we go. Bring that way down. We're basically targeting this line right over here now. One tap of shift, another tap of shift. Of course, this has tons of delta V, but the whole idea with this one is that it's supposed to be bringing some extra fuel for our base. And stop. Okay. It's a little off that way. If I burn normal, can I raise that up, or will it do something that is stupid? Okay, we're facing. There we are, there we are, there we are, there we are. Okay. We'll have to still fine-tune it, but that's okay. So that's me. The start of the sphere of influence change is next, so I guess I can just fast forward to it. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'm going to cancel this one, just because I did change some of my path. It might be changing when the sphere of influence happens, which might have been part of the confusion last time. Warp 2. I bet you there's lots of science that Jeb could have picked up, little EVA reports. But when it comes time for us to actually get him to dock with the station, then we'll have plenty of opportunity for that. Okay, that's the expiration of the timer, although we're still 3 minutes away from the actual sphere of influence change. So I'm okay going through it at like times 10. I figure that's going to be relatively safe-ish. Just waiting for the nav ball to change, basically. Because right now we're in orbit of the sun. But as soon as it changes... Come on. There it is. We are now in orbit. Well, in the sphere of influence of DUNA. So we will be burning retrograde when we get to the periapsis. So warp to it. Actually, I better be careful here because I actually want to start before the periapsis. Let me kill that. Delete the alarm. Thank you very much. Where's my timer? Right over there. Now, this in particular, 1 hour burn, although that's because I've got it derated, but this engine is pretty weak sauce. 6 minutes of burn. So, a little less than 1,000 DV per minute Yeah, and I got to burn of like 1,000, so I got to make sure to start like nice and early here. With like a minute left on the clock, I'm going to start my retro burn. Which is probably too early, but that's okay. We're still a little bit high. Yeah. Okay, your go for burn. Dropping my periapsis a little bit because I did burn before it. Time to parry is still dropping, which is as expected. In fact, I suppose it drops faster because I'm technically bringing down my periapsis a bit. I'm not sure. Do I push it away? You do push the apo away if you burn before apo. The parry, do you push it away or do you bring it closer? I think you might actually bring it closer to you. In any case, still got lots to wait, and it'll be the same thing here. We're going to leave it in a highly eccentric orbit. Sorry, I'm not talking. Just watching, making sure I don't overkill. I guess eccentricity above 1 means you're not in orbit, doesn't it? And at 1, right there? Yeah. There's a bit maybe of a visual delay. Also, maybe the moon got in the way. Maybe not. Oh, there it would have gotten away. And we'll call that good enough. Okay. So it is now nice safely in orbit. Beta. Beta's the good one. Beta is the basis of my space vessel. Yes. Basis of my space station, I should say. So let's jump to beta right away. God, so many things all at once. Double check that I am very happy with where it's going. Where's DUNA? Right over here. Focus view. That's looking pretty damn sweet. Don't mind that at all. Okay, let's just fast forward until we hit the sphere of influence. Vroom, 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 vroom. What is that? Oh, that's the moon. Where the moon's going to be when we fly by here. Alright, we can go faster than that. Open up the nav ball. And this timer is 3 minutes before the sphere of influence change. Or at least it was going to be. Things may have tweaked a little bit, but overall we're okay. So let's go up. You know, we can probably go through it at like times 50. Now bring it down to times 10. And any second now, this line should change blue. There I am over here. Oh, there's the DUNA encounter. You get the actual countdown. And there we are. So now we will be burning retrograde. And we will warp to here. So it's going to take us, what, like a day to move from sphere of influence to that. We still have 3 days left. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you just blowing right by there? Fucking warp to here, not really working, is it? What the hell? It blew right through where I was going. And it was still on warp. Okay. Burn retro. We're going to be okay, but it's going to take a few extra adjustments. I do have actually a lot of delta V in this stage left. Right, because it's my fuel thing. Oh, thrust limiter. Because it's my fuel tank. Of course it should have a fair amount of delta V left. And that moon. Yeah, we might have been able to do something fun with it. And, okay, this actually does need to go into a proper orbit, though. Inclination's actually surprisingly good. But that's not good. You know what we have to do? We have to burn anti-radial. Not necessarily efficient, necessarily. I don't know. I suppose I could just raid the parry. But what I'm looking to do is just something like that. Boom. All right. A little high on the parry, but that's okay. But just trying to align it a little bit more. So, I guess I've got nothing to do until I come right back around here. Although, what I can do... Can I trust you to do that? Let's do it this way. Warp to 30 seconds on the apoapsis. And I'll do a bit of retro over here to bring the parry down as close as possible to exactly 100. Now, of course, MechJeb can do circularization for us. But, you know, trying to avoid doing it all the time. Not only can it do... Okay. Seriously, like, it looked like it was going to overshoot it again. Maybe I'm wrong. I suppose it still has 10 minutes left. Oh! That's not the button I wanted to hit. I want to hit time warp. For fuck's sake. It's like literally the wrong thing. Luckily, it was only for a second there. I'm happy I'm sending the refueling pod, though. Okay. You are to burn retrograde. Wow, we added 100k to our frickin' orbit over here. Doing a, what, a radial burn? Jesus. Okay. One tap of shift. We're going to bring this down. I guess I should look at the numbers over here. Wow, that's one tap of shift. I'm going to overshoot this. Okay. That is pretty damn close to exactly 100 kilometers. I'm very happy with that. Still get some number wiggle just because of physics and things. So now, I'm going to manually time warp here. Oh, wait, what? Oh, because I still have the alarm set for this apoapsis. Okay, thank you. Delete and close. Then I guess, yeah, I can go ahead and set a parry. And what I'm going to try to do is circularize. I suppose, hold on. I don't know. I guess my ascending and descending node is going to be basically right, like, on the planet's equator. Now, I can't really tell where it is. It's kind of annoying. But when I get closer, or should I do it from the middle of my orbit? I'm trying to think. I'm above, so I really want to burn anti-normal. Will this fix my inclination right here in the midpoint between my apo and my parry? Is that my ascending, descending? I guess it is. So if I just tap shift... No. Oh, the inclination is positive, but I'm on the wrong side. Okay, no problem. No problem. It's still very efficient. One tap of shift did a big change in our inclination. So I should be able to, from here, bring it as close to 0 as possible, as equatorial as possible. Good stuff. And... Whoa! Okay, I'm not doing it at the right place. Because something got fuckified. So it must be here where I'll actually cross the equatorial plane properly. And yeah, come to a complete halt. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I was right that I did have to burn anti-normal. I was just in the wrong place. Good thing I got lots of fuel for these stupid maneuvers. I mean, this line here is my polar thing. I guess this spot here, by virtue of reasons, has to be our node. Alright, that's pretty close. There we go. It's dropping. It's dropping. It's going up. Alright, I just don't understand it. Fuck it. Let's wait for a parry. Which you've already got set. And ready retrograde when we get there. Alright, cancel. Delete. It's because I can't get the ascending and descending nodes to actually show up here when you're orbiting a planet. And I find that very frustrating. I don't know why that is. Okay. Apo. Bring it down. About 1/3 fuel. Or thrust. Good, 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 good. It's because it's so eccentric in orbit. I couldn't, like, figure it out. Okay. Yeah, we pushed our parry away a little bit. So let's bring it a little bit closer here. Because I don't actually want to be making changes to my periapsis. I'm going to wait until I got about 10 seconds left on the clock. That should be more than enough time, and we'll minimize how many changes we make to our parry as well. Okay. It's also more optimal. 5 seconds to there. I'm just using one tap of shift here, so it's going really fast. There we go. Now, in theory, this puts me basically at the node, doesn't it? Let's try this again. Anti-normal. Because I'm between my Apo and parry at this point. But I'm at the wrong side of it. I don't know why they don't put the little markers. Oh, I actually shifted things a wee bit. I'm going to want to warp to here. Between the two is where the node will be here if I'm in a circular orbit. Stop. Okay, why am I changing everything else? This doesn't make any sense to me. I'm actually like moving the Apo and parry by doing these inclination changes. You know what? Fuck it, it's fine. This is going to be our orbit. I mean, we are less than 1 degree of inclination. I was just trying to bring it down to like nothing. I guess it's so close that it doesn't matter. Okay. We're a little lower than I intended, but it's fine. Technically here, if I gave just a little tap of prograde, I'd mostly be changing the parry because I'm closer to the Apo. There we go. That's pretty damn good. And now we're basically circularized. Okay. So, Gamma is... Oh, it's the other part of our space base. So that's okay. We can jump to this ship. Whew. We're not at sphere of influence change yet. So yeah, we can really just warp to it. Whoa, are we going to cross? No? Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Do an encounter. And bring it right down. And there we go. So let's, well, I'll do it manually. Get in a little bit closer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Retrograde. Actually, I'm getting science. Some of these might be duplicate of science. We'll get another thing. That's okay. Report. Process, and actually we're holding on to some. Review data. Okay. Keep. Process the EVA report. Nice. Okay, where are we? Here. So we can afford to get in a little closer. Keep. Does that not set that like auto pause on me? Should be. Should auto pause the time warp if I hit some new science. Okay, so if we were really lucky, we'd end up here at the same time as Beta here, which I should really rename at this point to our space station DUNA. But we can't have it all. Let's make sure our engine is at full power. We've got enough delta V. Indeed, we should. So there's our actual target. Oh, we'll have to change the icon for it, too. Okay. EVA report over Highlands. Okay. Back to the map. A little closer here. Time to periapsis. Midlands. And more science. Keep. More science. Alright. At some point we're going to fill up on our data. Keep. I don't know why we're getting more pop-ups there. Oh! Because we're we were storing the data, and then it was coming in. Okay. So, yes. Things. Lowlands. Keep board. Retrograde. Yes, we are 45 seconds to apoapsis. Oh, we're going to have to do a stage change as well. Well, let's go ahead and burn now then. So that we'll have time to process a stage change. Make sure everything is hunky-dory. Make sure our staging is still correct. Sometimes when you change vessels, I find the staging sort of goes a little wacky. Hopefully we don't blow by the periapsis here. I don't think we will. Staging actually seems to be fine. Yeah. Okay, I'll kill the juice. I will... Actually, I like to do this. I'd like to... no, this is fine. Yeah, because of reasons. Separate. Because we're going to be slowing down even more. Oh! We're actually in orbit! Holy crap! Okay, so... That's good. So now, what we want to do is set a target. Now, what's our periapsis? 102. That's pretty good. That is really, really very good. Descending node. Okay, so we're not quite there. So when we go through the descending node, we will want to burn normal. To bring that to 0. And that one I know for sure, you guys. For sure. Probably. Mostly. Okay. And make sure we're facing normal. And burn. Okay. Now we should be in line with the other space station module. Lots and lots and lots of fuel left for this, which is good because I'll probably be effing up all my maneuvers. All right, we're going to put a cut in here. When we come back next time, we will be... I was going to say we will be docking. But you guys have seen a space station docking already. So tell you what, maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and dock my space station next time. And after that, we'll get to the DUNA exploration. I like it. Maybe I'll let some time kill so that the science that's currently in here being processed will have finished processing. You know what would be a good idea before we run out of power again? Is make sure we're relatively facing the sun. How does that sound? All right, let's do it this way, actually. So if we have to come out, we've got nice sunshine. I mean, as we orbit, DUNA will still be facing like this relatively. Sometimes we'll be in the shade, and therefore eclipsed and not getting any power, but that's okay. Yeah, as the year goes on, we might not be facing the right way, but that's okay. It'd be nice if you could tell the system to stay roughly pointed towards the sun. I suppose if I had my solar panel set sideways, then it would not be as much of a risk to ever be dead on. Once we're parked in the space station, it'll really be a lot less of an issue because the other space station component technically has a couple of solar panels that are going to be pointing slightly differently in an angle. And that's all it takes. God, that is gorgeous, huh? Take some screenshots. That is just lovely. All right, so yes, that's what I'm going to do. I will go ahead and dock these guys off screen, and when we come back, well, at some point very soon, we will be landing on DUNA, but we're going to try to science as much as possible from the orbit first. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.